Hey y'all, welcome to my channel Reviewed, where we talk about all things television and film from today and yesteryear. So I wanted to come on here and do a recap of the Shy season finale, season 6. The name of the episode was called Thanksgiving. And on the screen here, you can see Bianca. She is talking to a police officer. It starts off with a flash forward of 8 hours ahead. And basically, Duda, aka Otis, is officially up out of here. And if you look down below, that's him laying under that white sheet. So basically, the episode starts off where everybody's getting ready for their Thanksgiving meals. And right here, we have Keisha's mom, Nina, and her girlfriend, Portia, just discussing, them letting the family know that she's getting ready to leave with her. Nina is also feeling away because Kevin decided to do a Friendsgiving in LA instead of coming home for Thanksgiving. And Keisha is pregnant. Like, we did not see that coming after the night her and Emmett had after they got in from the club. They specifically focused on that situation for a reason, and this is the outcome. Of course, Emmett is happy, and he's like, "You don't want to have my kids?" And Keisha's like, "Yeah, I want to have your kids, but it's just a lot going on right now, and I just don't want to be overwhelmed. And is this something that we're ready for? Can we handle this?" And he was like, "Yeah, we can handle this. We got this." So they're having a baby. We also get a scene where the guys are outside talking. That's Robin at Yellow Jacket, but they're outside talking because they're frying the turkey and basically just, getting ready for Thanksgiving dinner. We get a scene with Papa, and he is doing his little pulpit pimping stint at church. Um, and they put the collection plate through the church, and everybody's dropping in their coins. After church is over, Rotimi walks in. I don't know what his character name is, but we all know Rotimi from Ghost. So Rotimi walks in, and clearly he and the pulpit pimp pastor have some type of history. They have a little dialect with each other, a little back and forth, a little 1-2 yin yin. And he's like, "So do I have my job back? Because I basically know where all your bones are buried." And the pastor ain't had no choice but to say, "All right, of course you can come back." So I'm thinking we're gonna get a little bit more in depth with the pulpit pimp next season, because allegedly there is gonna be a season 7. Leon did an interview on Fox Soul TGIF, and he said that the show got renewed for a season 7. Hopefully that checks out, and we will see what happens. So Tiff is kind of overwhelmed. She was like telling Rob, she's like, "I'm never signing up for this again. We trying to get all this food together." Tiff mom walk in. That's her in the little white shirt, and Tiff introduces her mom to Alicia. They exchange pleasantries, and Alicia's like, "Do you want some Merlot?" She's like, "No, you got any beer?" And the look on Rob's face took me out. You guys, the first 15-20 minutes of this episode had me rolling. I was laughing. I thought it was going to be a very light, family, fun episode, but we'll get to that later because, of course, it turns out completely different. Also, Emmett's brother walks in and he brings chitlins. And Tiff was like, "Ugh, what is that?" Rob was like, "Hey, man, what is that?" It's like, "It's chitlins." He was like, "We're supposed to bring our own dishes." And it's like, Tiff's like, "You can't have that in my house." He's like, "Do it, they don't smell that bad when you clean them real good." So that is her like gagging at the smell of chitterlings. Okay. Here we have Rashad and Alicia talking to Rob. And Rob is basically like, "What's going on with y'all two?" And so Alicia's like, "Well, Rashad is a good friend of mine. He and I have become very close." And Rashad was like, "Man, hey, he was kind of uncomfortable talking to Rob, like, "Hey, me and your mama." And so Rob was like, "I just know that she get bored real easily." And he was like, "Well, I'll just make sure I don't do nothing to make her bored." That's what Rashad says. But I just like the two of them together. And Alicia he's starting to grow on Alicia. So I really like this scene. It was so cute. We get this scene from Duda where he is playing with some blickies, like he's practicing unaliving himself, which kind of threw me for a loop because I was like, Otis ain't never been this type of dude. He's just a G, you know what I'm saying? So this particular scene kind of threw me for a loop when they showed this. These are some pictures that Maisha took of Bakari. I love these photos, like the black and white. It just looks so good. I love that. So Bakari and Maisha, they're sitting around talking. Lene is there too, and Maisha is telling them that she feel like Kev is seeing somebody else, and that it's time for them to basically go their separate ways. She was like, he never texts me back on time. It takes him forever for him to give me a call back. He didn't want to come home for Thanksgiving, so she's just like, I just think it's time for us to throw in the towel. And Bakari was like, hey, you need me to talk to him for you? She's like, no, I got this. This is something I just need to do for myself. So here we have Papa, Gemma, Jake, Victor's girlfriend, and Papa's mom. They're sitting around and having Thanksgiving dinner. Papa stands up, he says grace and things like that. And they start having a little conversation. And as time passes, Papa stands up and let his mom know, I got to go. The pulpit pimp invited me to Thanksgiving dinner. Jake and Gemma end up going with him. They offer Papa a ride and they end up leaving. So on their way out, Papa's mom tells Victor that she does not feel comfortable with that pastor. She does not like him and she does not trust him, and she just wants her son to be careful. Here we have everybody at Nina's house, and her and Portia proceed to let Keisha, Emmett, Lene, Bakari, and Lene's brother and everybody know that she's going to be leaving and going, with Portia. And Keisha's like, but that's not like you. And she's like, I know it's not like me, but that's something I want to do. So Lene is like, well, what about me? Her brother offers to look after her if that's okay. And of course, Lene is cool with it. And so is Nina. Keisha ultimately tells her mom that she's happy for her, that she's just happy that her mom is in a good place and that she is basically trying something new in life, I guess. So we get a scene with the pulpit pimp and his wife, and Jake and Gemma, the pastor and his daughter, Papa, they're all at the table having Thanksgiving dinner. And when I tell you the banter between them was not friendly at all, Jake was getting smart with the pastor's wife. Gemma was getting smart with the pastor's wife. The pastor and his daughter, they was looking like a deer in headlights, like, we're just gonna get up and go. Because white people like, no, baby, we don't do this. We do not, this is not how we socialize. But it was a very uncomfortable scene for majority of the people at the table. And Papa was basically like, am I in the Twilight Zone? Yes, dear, you are in the Twilight Zone because you signed up for that Twilight Zone. So deal with it. We get a scene with Bakari and Brittany. Lene invites Brittany over, and of course, Bakari ain't feeling it. He's really not trying to hear anything she has to say. And he basically lets her know, I can forgive, but I will never forget. He is just disappointed because she has not changed. And I think their background, hopefully, we'll get a little bit more in that in season 7, where we see why she's the way that she is. And I just assume that they are used to having to look out for one another or just for themselves individually. And for Bakari, the fact that she has not changed and was basically willing to sell him out to do that, just it's not sitting well with him, and it should not sit well with him. So Tiff finally gets everything done. Everybody's at Tiff's house at this point. Emmett, Keisha, Gemma, Papa, basically they're all making rounds to each other's house, and they're getting ready to have dinner at Tiff's house. And it was like, who put marshmallows on the yams? And Emmett's dad was like, oh, it's him. He pointed at Emmett's brother. He was like, yeah, he got a Caucasian grandmother or something. And I just cracked up. But they were all vibing out and just having a good time. So after dinner, Tiff and Rob's friend, I think his name is Hannibal, the guy with the dreads, stopped by, and then the dude with the hat, I can't think of his name. But anyway, they're basically trying to get Tiff and Rob in on a new venture, which is selling shrooms. And it was like, you can grow them yourself just like you grow, your weed or whatnot. And Tiff was like, oh no, I ain't never tried no shrooms. I heard that's just a whole other level of high. He was like, yeah, but this is something y'all should really look into doing. Sidebar, the guy with the dreads, he plays on Legacies. He plays a vampire on the show Legacies that is on Netflix, which is a spinoff from the originals. I just thought I'd throw that in there. And of course, Tiff and Rob do show interest in possibly venturing out and dealing with shrooms. So this is where we get to Bianca's Cigar Lounge, and her and Duda just get through doing the do. And she asks him where is he getting ready to go. He doesn't necessarily give her a definitive answer. So as Duda is getting dressed, he hears a click clank in the back of his head, and Alicia is standing there like, "What's up?" And he looks and he was like, "I knew you two were working together." He says that to Bianca, and Bianca just basically shrugs her shoulder like, "Okay, and." So Alicia is standing there in Duda face, checking him, letting him know his time is up. She was like, "We're tired of you. You have made a mess of this city. You are running amok all through Chicago. You are ruining people's lives, and it's time for you to go. Your reign is over." Duda was like, "Mama, you ain't gonna do nothing to me." He sipped on his drink. She was like, "Any last words?" He stood up and he said, "F you." And pop, pop. That was it. It was over. Duda was out of here. Nuck if you buck. Nuck took out Duda. But what else was there for him to do? The way that Duda whooped up on him last week, it was nothing left for him to do but take him out, because he already knew that even if he did become Duda's right hand again, the first sign that Duda felt like he couldn't trust him, he was going to take him out. So Nut took out Duda. Then he turns around to tell Alicia, "I'm the new king in town, basically, and y'all work for me now." Alicia said, "I don't work for nobody." And Alicia already feeling the way and looking at him side eye, because she's like, "That was supposed to be my shot. That was that I was supposed to take out Duda, not you." Because she's still trying to avenge her brother and her ex-husband, estranged husband, whatever. So he's sitting up there talking all this yin yang yang in her face, and she's like, "No, I don't work for you." And he was like, "Well, have it your way." She was like, "I will." And she said, "I'm gonna be your worst mother effing nightmare. Like, don't play with me." And Bianca just looking down at Duda's body on the ground, just laying there while she ear hustling, listening to Alicia and Nut go back and forth. So this is the moment when everybody finds out that Duda was taken out. And you could literally see everyone exhale. Bakari, Emmett, Keisha, oh my gosh, Victor, everybody was so relieved. You could just see the look on their face and that overwhelming feeling that they had just basically dissipate once the news started circulating. And I think Emmett says to Keisha, he was like, "I wonder who did it," or something to that effect. I believe it was him that makes that comment. But I was just glad that we got to see everyone's reaction once that news started to circulate that he had basically been taken out. And so we get a moment here between Tiff and Keisha. They sitting down, chilling, looking cute. And of course, Tiff is getting high per usual. And then she tries to pass it over to Keisha. And she's like, "You want to hit?" And Keisha's like, "No, I'm good." And she's like, "Oh, you're not smoking?" And that's when Keisha proceeds to tell Tiffany that she's pregnant. Tiff does look a little shocked at first, and then she's like, "Girl, I'm happy for you." And Keisha was like, "Do you mean that?" She's like, "Yeah." She said, "I really like seeing you and Emmett together." She's like, "I'm happy. I got a good man." And I really like the camaraderie between the two of them. They overcame their obstacles and they were able to see to the other side. And now their friendship is on track. They just really look out for each other. And I think that's a good thing, especially since Keisha is now going to have a child with Emmett. And since, their children are going to be siblings, basically. So I just love this moment between the two of them. So Nuck, who's still on one, whose adrenaline is probably still pumping through his veins because he just got rid of Duda, he meets up with Rob and Old Boy and lets Rob and the guy know, "Hey, y'all work for me now. Basically, you gonna be doing what I tell you to do. It is what it is." And Rob was like, "Nah, I'm not with that." He's like, "I'm not working for you. I'm not working for you. I'm not working with you. I'm done with this. It is what it is." And so as Rob proceeds to walk away, Nuck pulls out the blicky and he pops Rob and takes him out. I am so upset about this because it's like, are y'all freaking kidding me? Last week I said I was paranoid. I was like, "Oh my God," they kept sending Rob to the store, and I was like, "Oh Lord, this dude gonna take him out." And here y'all go got Nuck taking him out. Like, Nuck, are you freaking kidding me? Rob tried to do what you just did. No, he was not successful in taking Duda out, but you took Duda out. So why would you do that to him? Just because you in your feelings and you own one, and I guess you feel disrespected, but you are not Duda, sir. You are not Duda. Who was in the writer's room? Who was in the writer's room when y'all decided to come up with this? I am not fit. I don't like. Why would y'all get rid of Rob? Like, are you freaking kidding me? Y'all couldn't get rid of Brittany, bitch. Y'all couldn't get rid of Bakari, beloved. I literally prepared myself for Bakari to go. Like, you mean y'all couldn't get rid of Rosalind dry ass? Like, are you freaking kidding me? Rob, who absolutely bothers no B-O-D-Y at all. Oh my gosh. Y'all could have got rid of Emmett's brother. We don't know that Negro. Y'all could have got rid of him. Why would y'all get rid of, why would y'all do that to Alicia? Alicia done lost her brother. She done lost her husband, a strange husband, whatever. And now y'all done took her son from her. Like, I am so, ooh, this irks my nerves. Like, what the farfanugan, dude? What the farfanugan are y'all doing? Why would y'all do that to Tiff? Y'all gonna have my girl, oh my God. Y'all better bring back Corey Hardrick's character. Y'all better bring him back because y'all not about to have my girl Tiff out here by herself. Absolutely not. It's just not cool. And it absolutely makes no sense. Why couldn't y'all just take out Brittany? She was the freaking snake. She should have been gone. If y'all weren't gonna get rid of Bakari, y'all should have got rid of Brittany, not doggone Rob. Oh my gosh. And so this is when Nuck goes to Emmett and Keisha's house. And he was like, I want to see my son. And Emmett and Keisha are looking at him. And Emmett was like, whose blood is that on your shirt? And Keisha's looking down at him. And Emma was like, you did it. And he was like, yeah, that's the only way I felt like y'all was going to be safe. I'm thinking to myself, Negro, tell him who else you took out. Like, oh my gosh. I was so excited for Nuck to be Keisha's little boy dad. Now you go do some mess like this. Like, you could go. I can't wait for Alicia to pop him. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Because when I tell you this irks my nerve, it irks my nerve. I don't understand. Like, Rob was so unproblematic. None of these dudes on here are perfect. All of them have history. All of them have done things. But why would y'all get rid of Rob? Rob wasn't the only person that was trying to take out Duda. And I know y'all not going to put your hands on Vic. Like, I know you're not going to do that. Y'all, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I'm frustrated, guys. I do not like what they did with Rob. And to add insult to injury, y'all need Gordians wrap Rob up in some plastic and lay him on the door stoop like he was a UPS package. You got to be kidding me. Y'all laid Rob on that door stoop like he was a UPS package and y'all let his mama find him that way? Are you freaking kidding me, man? Are you freaking kidding me? What the farfanugan? Okay, I get it. Y'all wanted to cause a rift between Nuck and Alicia, but there already was one there. When Nuck intervened and took out Duda, Alicia was not having that. She felt then and there that he overstepped his boundaries. So she was basically letting him know, you're going to have to see me, sir. You was not supposed to take that. That was me. Duda was for me. She was trying to avenge her brother. So y'all did not need to add another layer of animosity by adding Rob to the pot. Why would y'all do that? I am so freaking annoyed. Y'all laid my boy on that door stoop like that. Just trifling. Just some straight up trifling mess. My God, today. And so you got Nuck sitting up in Keisha and Emmett house like he done did this grand gesture. And granted, he got rid of Duda. Duda had to go. Everybody knew it was Duda time was up. He had to go. But you took out Rob. You took out Rob because you felt disrespected. But you disrespected him first by approaching him the way that you did and telling him he was going to work for you. Like, nah, that is not cool. I am not feeling this. I do not like what y'all did. Y'all, this was not cool. This was not cool at all. Now you're only going to cause a bigger rift because you got Alicia, you got Emmett, you got Keisha, you're going to have all these people involved because you are Keisha's baby daddy. Okay? So now it's just going to be a whirlwind. Oh my gosh. Why did y'all do this? Y'all could have got rid of anybody. Well, not anybody, but y'all didn't have to get rid of Rob. Like it wasn't necessary. And I know what, y'all better bring back Corey Hardrick. If it's a season 7, y'all gonna have to fix this. Oh, absolutely, dears. Y'all are gonna have to fix this, and y'all gonna have to bring back Corey Hardrick because y'all not gonna have my girl Tiff out here by herself. Y'all not gonna do that. Thank you for keeping Sean. Thank you for leaving Rashad with Alicia. But if y'all take out him, it's gonna be a man down situation. It's not. Y'all gonna have to fix this. Please fix this. Because what y'all did, it ain't it. It's just not. It's not it. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you guys for listening, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.